and welcome to another Woo Woo Wonderment Live. Woo!
Yay!
And we know we're doing
Yay!
a little bit earlier today, but it's because today in Canada anyway, it's a holiday. It's our Thanksgiving. So we have it in October instead of November. I think that's probably just because this is our harvest time right now. We get snow by November a lot of the time. So.
Oh, well, of course. Wow.
So yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Now, let me ask you this. Are there certain things that you do for Thanksgiving? Certain traditions?
Yeah, so, the big dinner. A lot of people will, like I was this weekend when I was driving around, a lot of people are doing apple picking. So, like, there's lots of orchards and stuff around. So,
Sure,
you pick your own apples, pumpkins, things like that. Just, spending time with family, I think, is kind of like Thanksgiving is. It's, spending time with family and friends and all that fun stuff. And eating way too much food.
And eating way too much. And it's also that it's one of the final harvests. So because we're coming up on Samhain at the end of October. So all of that.
We're gonna blink and it's gonna be here.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt, because I was a little chilly today. I was like,
yeah, we actually didn't even plan this. We coordinated.
Yes. I love it.
But anyway, for those who don't know, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Tarotstache. Hello. I am a YouTube content creator. I host a lot of different shows, do readings. I'm a teacher. I'm an instructor, and I'm just really happy to be sharing this space with you. So thank you.
Hershey popped on. Hello.
Hi, Hershey.
So everybody comes in, we'll just let everybody filter in. As I said, it's a weird time. It's not the usual 8 o'clock in the evening, but that's okay.
It's a time that I normally do on Mondays.
Right.
And I know that there are multiple shows going on. So, it's great when people can watch the playback. Playbacks are wonderful. So I do appreciate that. So.
Yes. And if you do watch it on playback, please, leave a comment and all that fun stuff. Let me know that you watched, because I like to know, any feedback, anything like that. So today I'm taking a kind of page out of Gerald's book, and we're going to do I have some questions here, and they're all themed about gratitude and thankfulness. So, those watching, feel free to, chime in with your answers as well to the questions when we get there. I'm going to do a little housekeeping first before we get into that. So the next YouTube live will be on the 28th of October. It was going to be on sacred geometry but I've now had to change the topic, so it's not going to be on crystals. So I'm going to use a crystal deck that I have, and we're going to talk about keywords in relation to those crystals. Okay.
So is there a reason that it's not going to be about that?
I may have a guest come and talk about it in the new year. Yeah.
Everybody should like and subscribe to
Woo
Wonderment so that you can get, I matched my fan to your.
I love that. Very nice.
So yeah.
And Hypnicity popped in. Hey.
Hello.
And Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan.
Jonathan, good to see you.
I would say not sweater weather, probably where he's at, right?
Well, when you're used to really hot weather and it drops about 10 degrees, it gets cold.
Yeah, you actually would probably understand this, but there's the difference between 10 degrees now versus 10 degrees in the springtime, where you break out the shorts and the t-shirts.
And the flip-flops?
Yep.
Excuse me, I'm not a particular person who wears flip-flops. I do wear Birkenstocks, however. So, anyhow.
Oh, and also, I'll repeat at the end of the show, but if anybody who's in the chat right now, if you haven't already, on my community tab, I have a poll going right now for my November 11th show, where I'm actually going to be cooking in the kitchen, and you guys are going to be hanging out with me. So I have a poll up as to asking what I should cook, what and what recipe I should use. So if you can go and vote after the show, that would be.
do.
Give me your point. Give me your thoughts.
Yes.
Hello, Rossi.
Hi, Rossi. Oh, and Hershey is like on.
Yeah.
It's the weather is insane in the South. Yes.
Yeah. It's actually right now is my favorite time of the year. I don't like the heat, so like this kind of middle time where there's just you need a sweater on, and you can like cozy up with a book and like a hot cup of something. Yep, perfect.
Excellent.
Alrighty, so for those that just came in, we're going to be doing some questions. As I said, I have a sexy Ziploc bag of questions.
It's all good.
And yeah, feel free to, when we answer the questions, feel free to answer the questions yourself too.
Everybody should participate.
Drum roll. First question. As I dump half of them on the floor. It's okay too.
Even better.
All right. Oh, here we go. What is something you love about your mom, dad, partner, or children? Or I guess just somebody.
Well, my partner, Jeffrey, my husband, Jeffrey, has a great smile and a very subtle sense of humor that is just like, in his delivery, it's deadpan. He just pulled something on me yesterday, Kaylee. My neighbor, she called and she's like, "Do you eat wheat bread? Do you want some wheat bread?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, she's like, "Okay, I'll bring it over." And I'm like, "Okay, do you want it in the front or to come to the front or the back?" She says, "No, to the back." And so Jeffrey was sitting in the back. I was working on stuff for this week, and I said, Judy's going to bring over some whole wheat bread in the back. Do you want to get it for us? And he's like, "No." And he just sort of looked at me, and it was, and then he started laughing. It's like he didn't want to, but of course he did.
Yeah, of course.
So it was just charming.
I did that with a friend last night because she was wanting to put a sweater on while we went out for dinner, and she was the one driving the car. She's like, "Can you hold my keys?" I deadpan was like, "No." Like obviously I took her keys, but
yeah. So
it's just nice to say no. It
was lovely. It was quite lovely. So he's got a great sense of humor. Both of my parents had good senses of humor as well.
Yes.
So
I feel like if and when I meet somebody, they're gonna have that good sense of humor too. Because my dad has that kind of sense of humor too, and I got it from him. So they're gonna at least have to be tolerable of it.
So words are powerful. So instead of saying if I meet somebody, say when you meet somebody.
When.
Okay.
Manifest it to the universe.
That's right.
But let's see. I'm gonna choose, I guess, something I love about my mom is she's the one that fostered my creativity. So like my poetry writing and stuff that I do is all her. My the knitting I was working on before the show, I learned that from her. Any of my sewing stuff that I do, I learned from her. So yeah, nice. I wouldn't be as creative as I was, I think, if she hadn't fostered that that part of me.
I love that.
Oh, Hershey said, I love the heat, but 93 in the middle of October is definitely new to me. I'm used to sweats and sweaters for this time of year. Enjoy it.
Yeah. There you go.
And then when we're in like 20 feet of snow, we'll be jealous. So
there you go.
All right. Next question. I guess the one on my lap. Ooh, this is a kind of a deep one. Who inspires me and why?
Who inspires you?
Well, it's it's gonna be backwards probably.
I know, I'm teasing you. Who inspires me?
Yes.
Oh, Jeffrey does a really nice job of inspiring me. And because he encourages my weird train of thought.
Yes.
So, but also, I have to say, a lot of people on YouTube inspire me. A lot of the best chatters, because they'll ask a question, and
Right.
I'll write it down on my little notebook, and I'm like, going, that's an interesting question. So I really I like the idea of that idea of discord, that discourse of information and the sharing of ideas.
Right.
It's really, really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. So
I can be super cheesy and say you.
Okay. Thank
Because
you.
I love the way that you are able to hold space for everybody.
Oh, thank
Everybody
you.
can have differing opinions, but in the end, we all find that connection.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, I aspire to be as YouTubey as you one day.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're doing a fine job, and thank you for that. That's nice to hear.
You're welcome.
Very nice to hear. Very nice to
And
hear.
everybody else, please chime in with your answers too.
Yes. And
It's more fun when...
Amanda Carroll is here, and Jonathan wears slippers,
Perfect. Hi, Amanda. Sorry you didn't see you there.
flip-flops year round. Wow.
I agree, Rossi. We'll be complaining in January.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So. Another question. Let's see. Well, here, we'll do one of the bigger ones here.
Uh-oh.
These are actually little bigger pieces of paper. These are actually gratitude, like print off PDF. Like you can print them off yourself.
Oh, that's fun.
From Hallmark, I think. I just searched like gratitude questions, and they were one of the things that popped up. But it says, what's a kind thing a friend has done for you?
What's a kind thing a friend has done for me?
Yeah.
Wow. It's I have really wonderful friends, and it's nice when when you have a friend that can surprise you with the unexpected present that for no reason.
Yes. Yeah.
And they got you, they found you the perfect thing because they know you.
Right. Yes.
So yeah. So a friend of mine actually got me a very little handmade book, and it's just perfect. It's so lovely. So,
and Jane popped on. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane. Jane, the secretary. Jane, Nancy, and I just did a nice show earlier today. It's great readings. Great readings.
I love those like 3-person readings you do. They're so great. And usually how the cards like just like, as we said, can't make this stuff up. They just go together.
Oh, it's great. And well, I'll have to get you on a show. We'll have to do something either on the weekend or late after you get off of work.
I mean, a Friday or a Monday I work from home, so that would work too if you wanted to do during the day.
Right. Don't tell me that.
Nobody tell work.
Oh my gosh, I hope they never find out. So
so what's a kind thing a friend has done for you? So yeah, if you guys want to post your answers.
What about you? What's a kind thing that a friend has done for you?
So actually I'm gonna go back to Saturday. So Saturday is when I had my Thanksgiving dinner. I had it with friends because my parents are out of town for a bit. But actually they've known for years. But I tend to get, especially when I'm hosting people, I tend to get very just like go all the time. And I don't know how to just stop for 2 seconds.
Yes.
And so he will just come up to me, wrap me in like biggest like bear hug basically, and just like be like stop. because my brain's going 100 miles a minute thinking of everything that needs to get done.
Yep.
And at one point, he actually was like, "Go sit down and don't move." Like,
We need friends like that, though.
yes, yes, we do. Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Fine, you can
That's
designate from over there, but you're not doing anything."
yes, that's so good. And
Yeah.
you've never had that happen before, where you try to overachieve and do too much, have you?
No, it's not. It's not in my personality at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, Jane didn't know you had new merch.
Well, yes, Jane. It's a sweatshirt. Stay tuned.
It has long
Stay
sleeves.
tuned. You know.
Or was gonna have a merch shop in our future.
Yes. Well, did you also see what Jane put about your comment? Love that, Kaylee. You know, having that
Yeah.
friend says,
Yeah, he knows me too well, which is, I guess, a good and a bad thing.
sure, sure. That's all right.
All right. And you guys can put your answers too, not just Gerald and I.
There you go. That's okay. Well, and if when people watch the playback, they can do it as well.
It's true. Yes, please. Yeah.
So please do.
Here's another bigger card. And you guys, if you like these ones, you can actually print them off. I got them off online for free. So, but it says, talk about a memory that makes you smile. Because smiles are, glimmers.
Or glimmers. Talk about a memory that makes me smile. Well, I'm going to talk about glimmers. You know, the idea of the glimmers and doing glimmer globes, that sort of was a thing. It wasn't sort of. It was a thing that just grew out of last year. And because we were joking about glimmer globes, it sounded a lot like silver bells,
right?
And someone
yes
was actually was in the chat, and I'm like, heck, if you want to do a glimmer globe, rewrite the glimmer globe, absolutely. And it was like that evening. It did not take you that long
to send it. Didn't. No,
it was like freakishly quick, and it was lovely. So that was a great memory. And then Jeffrey's for the Glimmer Globe summary, Jeffrey did the spoken version of it.
Yes, that was so good. I like that. Yeah,
really, really wonderful. So it was great.
Oh, Randy popped in. Hello, Randy.
Hi, Randy.
And they're also open for a merch shop.
Yep.
And then Jane said, I got a really sweet care package when I came out to take care of my mom. This is last question, but this could fit here too. Yeah, I definitely could.
Yeah.
So memory for me that made me smile is actually a very recent one. So Friday when we had our little get together, so Tannis has a crystal bowl, like one of those crystal singing bowls. In her basement. And so we're sitting there and just talking and like laughing. But every time we laughed, it set the crystal bowl off. Like it would start ringing. And so we just laugh more.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's the giggle loop. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm hearing this thing. And I have like very, very very, hypersensitive hearing. And I'm like, it's ringing. And then everybody else was like, and then you stop, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm hearing it too. I'm like, okay, it's not just me.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
fun.
I
love that. That's
it's good
great.
just to laugh with friends, honestly. We don't get that enough, I don't think. World's too serious.
Well, and that laughter is a really important thing.
Oh, I like Amanda's. Having lunch with my daughter and the great hugs really make me smile. Yeah, that's so nice.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely.
Here, I'm gonna grab another one from the bag. I have a bunch on the desktop here, but I'm gonna go into the bag. Oh, this is a good one for everybody. What part of your daily routine brings you the most joy?
What part of my daily routine brings me the most joy?
Or if it doesn't, what could you add to your daily routine that could bring you joy?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually like when I get up in the morning naturally before my alarms, and then I curl up in bed, get really comfortable. And so
Mm-hmm.
then I spend a lot of time in that liminal space between
Yeah.
being awake and sleeping. Really
Mm-hmm.
powerful, really powerful. So, so yeah.
For me, first thing in the morning, like once I get dressed and come downstairs before I go to work, I try and make time in front of my altar. I do all of my tubings and everything like that. So I try and take
Mhm.
those 2 seconds and just kind of prepare for my day. And actually, one of the things
Sure.
I started doing, I have this little mantra that I made up for myself, but I always say, thank you for yesterday, thank you for today, thank you for tomorrow, and then thank you for any blessings that I have been given and any blessings that are yet to come.
Love that.
And I just kind of try and embody that, and that just brings me, grounding, but also joy to my day before anything starts.
I love that. Well, I mean, that's one way to radiate out what you want from the universe
Hmm.
because you've proven that you know how to handle it.
Right.
You know how you handle all of that.
But when I said, heck yeah, more silliness today and every day, I agree.
Hmm. Yes. Oh, and did you see what Randy said? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I know it is. These are tough questions.
Yeah. And Randy, do you have a gratitude journal? That's something
Yeah.
that you can capture those things. It's really powerful.
Well, and
So,
there was something that I can't remember who told me, but like I struggle to journal, for example.
mhm.
But somebody said like even if you don't want to write journal, fine, scribble, draw. If
Yeah.
you like to paint, paint. It doesn't have to be a written word necessarily.
Yes. It's basically showing up at the page.
Randy, I love that the smell of rain too,
Oh
especially in the
yeah.
fall with the crunchy leaves and
Randy is like going, "Ah, no, or not a writer. Well, how do you know?
don't shed yourself
Have you tried?
or don't cant yourself, I guess in that case.
No, but we're not talking about writing. We're talking about capturing a journal.
Exactly. That's where I said, drawing or like scrapbooking. You could even scrapbook if you want to like take pictures out of
Yeah.
magazines or stickers. I don't know. There's so many things.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Amanda said, I did some short meditations and prayer. I always amazed how simple acts like that can shift energy for the better. Calling all angels. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Calling
Yeah, there
all
is a word
angels.
for that, and I can't
Wasn't that
remember what it. Petrichor, is that the smell of rain?
I think that, oh, damn, girl. Okay. I
Add that to
believe
your
you
list
are
of words,
correct.
Gerald.
God, I think I have that in my list, actually. I haven't sat down and done that. Petrichor, yes. So, isn't
There's
there a
your word for
song
the day,
called,
everybody.
yeah, Petrichor?
This
So,
this this Woo Woo Wonderment Live is brought to you by Petrichor.
there you go. Oh,
Amanda
well,
said,
if
"Oh,
we're
I love
doing
crawling
that,
into bed and reading a good book at night." Mm.
yes, okay. Well, if we're doing that, I should, hang on. Petrichor. I
See if
don't
we
know
have
if
it
I
on the
spelled
list.
it properly.
There, Jonathan, I think maybe has the spelling.
Okay. Today's video is brought to you by the word petrichor, a distinct, or petrichor. Everyone say it with me. Oh, here, I should be able to make it say it. Petrichor.
There you go.
Petrichor.
Mm.
A distinctive, earthy, usually pleasant odor that is associated with rainfall, especially when following a warm, dry period that arises from a combination of volatile plant oils and geosmin released from the soil into the air by the ozone carried by downdrafts.
Interesting. There you go, guys.
Show your support for Petrichor by liking and subscribing to our channel.
Try and use that word in a try and use that word in a sentence at some point this week.
There you go. Yeah, it's a very specific smell.
It is.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we'll just put it this way. Everybody just make sure that you you like this video. So give it a thumbs up. So there you go.
Yeah, Hypnicity, yeah, there is a specific smells because lately it's been the wormy smell and it's not as nice.
Yeah, that's a little beyond that. It's a little wetter.
Yeah. Amanda says, nice. Oh, yes, that is the good part of the rain that is coming. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Question on the ground. I guess we're answering that one.
Ooh, question on the ground.
Question on the ground. It wants to be answered. Ooh, so these are again kind of like deep thought questions. So, what's your favorite thing about this time in your life?
My favorite thing about this time in my life is I'm finding a balance between what I'm doing online, and a balance of my quiet time and my creativity and doing social things. So there's this very interesting balance of discovering how to, because I do not have, I'm retired. So this freedom, it's very, very interesting. So
it's like it's weird.
It's very weird. It's very weird, but still, it's good. So what about you?
I'd say for me lately anyway, it's that independence piece. Like I'm in my mid 30s at this point. But really only just feeling like I'm kind of adulting successfully. So yeah, I think that's the biggest piece is just learning that I can do it. And I got this.
Congratulations for adulting successfully.
So
I'm sure
I think
your
that's been the
parents are
biggest.
pleased. I'm sure your parents are pleased that you can adult.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would rather be living in their basement, but you know.
You don't want to be in the house when they're doing those things. No.
Oh, that's a good one, Amanda. Yeah. Feeling more understanding of why the heck I'm here in the first place. Yeah. Definitely that.
Uh-huh.
And then Hypnicity said, I wish I would have known this stuff in my 30s.
Yeah, but if you knew this stuff in your 30s, would it have resonated and would it be so
Right? Would you listen?
more meaningful? I mean, I probably wouldn't have. I would have actually, if I would be talking to myself, my younger self as I am now, I'd probably go,
Yep.
who the heck are you and why are you telling me that?
Calling bullshit.
Well, I don't know if I would call it that, but I might be going, oh, isn't that nice old fat man?
Yeah.
I mean, I should just buy him a cup of coffee. So,
well, because you always have those questions of, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back, and what would be one thing? And I'm like, I would probably tell them patience, but they're very impatient as it is. So I don't know if that would help them any.
Are you really impatient?
I'm getting better
I'm
at
waiting
it.
for the lightning to strike for you because I know you're impatient. I've done some readings for you online.
Yeah.
They're public readings, and I'm like, girl, slow down. So
yes, you get your Gerald voice, and I'm like, yeah.
Girl, and a fan port. So Randy is funny.
I know I'm exactly where I need to be.
That's nice.
Randy. Never adulting. It's a trap. Finding my joy, figuring out what I truly like. It's true. And I agree, Amanda. That's the biggest thing I've been trying to do lately is like, no matter what else is going on in the world, if I'm stressed about whatever, finding those little things are such a big piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you. Like, when I go out for walks, like, just like feathers on the ground or like little rocks or like just those tiny little things. Or what was it? About a week ago, I was walking out in the park and the pathways are like asphalt, like they're paved. But all the trees, all the oak trees were losing their acorns all at the same time. So you just stand there and all you kept hearing was like, like you're just like,
what a fascinating experience to be around that and to hear that. I love that. Yeah. I wonder if you would be able to use that sound as a form of something to get into meditation.
Maybe.
The sound of the acorns dropping.
I was just hoping nobody was going to get a concussion by walking under one of the trees.
Well, acorns aren't that big, are they?
No, they're not.
So.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. Just so happy to be part of this growing community. It's a beautiful lifeline. It really, really is.
It is. It is.
Yeah, you could be having the crappiest day. Hop on YouTube. Everybody's there for you. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for that. Speaking of thankfulness.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I like that. I like that.
Aw. Who makes you feel loved and why?
Well, Jeffrey does, of course.
Of course.
He does. People who truly listen to me and they listen to understand and not to answer.
Correct,
those people I feel truly love me. I'm fortunate to have a few people like that in my life. And sometimes those people, they frustrate me because they're asking more questions to see if I can share a little bit more of an understanding, and they're giving me the opportunity to explore how I'm feeling at a deeper level. And sometimes I want to explore and other times I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But that is one thing that I really appreciate. People who really, they hear me. They hear me.
I love that.
So
Randy said, how beautiful to be showered by a tree. It only smarts for a second.
Yes.
Well, theoretically, it's how, Newton discovered gravity, right? Except I think it was an apple in that case, but.
Yeah, but is that just a tale?
I mean, I guess we will never know. I mean, I've seen his, what is it? His, not grave marker, whatever. I've been to Westminster Abbey, so I've seen his, big. Tombstone, whatever you want to call it.
His tomb.
Yes.
Yeah. His marker.
Fairly ornately carved. You guys, if you ever watched the Da Vinci Code, it's in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hypnicity said, I just realized this morning my clicking that I do regularly is a light language. That was an amazing revelation.
Nice.
Exciting.
Nice.
Amanda, my daughter, she is such a loving being all the time, and all of you, of course. Aww.
Well,
and kids are genuinely loving. They don't have the filter that we do as adults.
Yeah. And Amanda, have you actually told your daughter that you love her? And have you made it awkward? That the time is.
We got to make it awkward.
Tell everybody that you love them and tell them so much it makes them awkward. Makes it awkward for them.
Yeah,
so.
you have to make sure that your child is embarrassed of you. That way, it's genuine. My parents still do it, and I'm 36, so
that's all right. I mean, and that's something that's oh, hi Richie. that's something that is important about receiving. That's something that Hershey and Betsy and I are going to talk about
Yes.
tomorrow, in the importance of that, being able to receive that. So
I'll definitely be tuning in at work tomorrow while I'm work lurking. So
yeah. Thank you, Jonathan.
oh, he
I have,
hears you apparently. He gave you his
thank you,
ear.
Jonathan. Yes.
Like
I have
Van
a
Gogh.
question for you, Kaylee.
Yes.
Do you have a deck or some sort of a tool that you use to help you with feeling thanks or feeling gratitude? Like, is there a deck that you associate with Thanksgiving?
I would say not at this point,
Okay.
honestly. I
And you don't have
have
to.
no, but I ordered one. It's not here yet, but I ordered one. It's actually they're affirmation cards. I saw, of course, an ad on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And they're gratitude cards. So I'm wanting to use them, one, for doing readings, but two, I think that'll actually be exactly what those will be good for.
Mm-hmm.
Is those little reminders.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about making your own gratitude cards?
No.
I think you really only need two things:
Mm-hmm.
something upon which to write and something to write with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have, I mean, you could use playing cards and then a marker there like that. You can write on those. And
Yeah,
those
you
are,
could.
surprise. I love little cards like this. I have been a
Yeah, I have cue
collector
cards too.
for years.
Some from work that are like 5 or 6 different colors. So
Yeah. And so those are a fun thing to be able to,
oh.
you can just create your own, and it's not that you have to sit down and immediately make it,
Oh.
but that could be your gratitude journal. And these are beautiful questions, Kaylee, and I'm thankful that you did the research. And so grab those things that are meaningful for you and then stick them on the cards and then go from there.
I'm actually thinking, because I think you're going to be doing the Glimmer Globe again this year, but I could pair it with that and do that as my Glimmer Globe.
Yes, I am. And I don't know if I told everybody, but for our for my coven's Lammas celebration, which is the first harvest celebration
Mm-hmm.
in August, we usually do an activity. So what we did is we created glimmer globes, and I did a slight alteration to the Glimmer Globe song that Kaylee put together. And I read that 3 times whilst people were creating. So it was a spell. So it's very, very nice. So.
Okay, but as you said, it's the cards I pull from whatever deck I choose.
There you go. Yes. Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Amanda says, I need to make it more awkward. 100%. I used to say to her, that's my job to embarrass you. She's 24 now, so not so much now. Oh, no, you can still do it. You just got to
you can totally do it. Totally do it.
Gratitude.
And gratitude.
Yeah. Index cards.
Yeah, and it's after school sales time. So I don't know if those are around, but those index cards can be very inexpensive.
And Hivanisi said, November is gratitude month for me. Sounds like an opportunity to create something. Wink, wink.
That's wonderful.
I think that's excellent.
Do it. So thank you for letting me ask.
I guess I need to give you my answer for this question, don't I?
Yes. Oh, I didn't let you answer before I.
No, it's all good. I don't have to have an answer. You can go on to the next question.
Now, what's your answer?
Again, it's actually something fairly recent, and it actually really hit home for me. So when this get together we had on Friday, I was really struggling, and I'm one to basically shut down and like deal with stuff on my own when I'm really struggling. And the fact that I was able to basically somewhat get angry at these people, like outwardly kind of be trying to push them away, and they're like, no, we're staying here. You're not going to, get rid of us that quickly. That like really showed me like they love me for me, and like
Warts
to not
and
have
all.
them look at the other. Yes, exactly. Not book at the other direction. When I was, trying to push them away, that really, I think, showed me truly like that unconditional love, which, yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, I love that. I'm glad you were able to. I'm glad you were able to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awkward. It was a struggle, but good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Wow.
This is slowly learning. It's taken forever, but it's getting there.
It doesn't matter how fast, so long as you're learning. That's the key.
Yeah. I was gonna say, got a pile of notebooks somewhere. I'm one of those people that hoards notebooks.
We're not judging anyone who hoards notebooks, because you would all be judging me. And
I mean, when they're this cute.
That is cute. It's got that has a whale on it with heart bubbles coming up out of it.
I got this in Whistler in BC, actually.
Aww.
And then Amanda said, I am almost done with an art project. Art makes me happy. Definitely.
Yes.
No, they will not. Hypnicity. Very true.
And you know what's interesting with that, Nalani, is glimmers are triggers, but for something positive. So this is something that I tried to frame recently. Glimmers are still triggers, but they're triggers for something positive. So if you need to get rid of that idea or that association of negativity with the word triggers, think of it that way. It's just like when it's just something that gets my attention. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, or something that your body just has a reaction to. Because your body can have both that somewhat, the positive, if you want to use the word negative reaction, but it's just your body's reaction to a stimulus, if you want to get all scientific-y.
So true.
Jonathan said, baby steps is still progressing. Exactly.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And then Amanda said she'd show, because Randy was wondering about the art project. So
I love that.
Ooh, smile triggers. There we go.
Ooh, smile triggers. That's cool.
Oh, there. I like Jonathan's even better. Giggle triggers.
Yes.
Would those be giggers?
Giggers? That's hilarious. Giggers. Oh my God.
New word of the day. There you go.
Giggers. I need to write that down.
There's lots of those usually. Well, and you'll have lots of giggers later, likely. You have your show with Tanis and Jen. There's always giggers in that show.
Wow, I love that. The spit take. I love me a spit take.
Wanting to find a good question for you guys.
Well,
we already answered a question that was similar to that one, so we'll skip that. Well, here's one. It says, what do you love most about your job and what you do every day?
I get to spend time with you people online.
Yes.
I get to encourage people. I get to hold space for people. And sometimes I get to give them information that will help improve their lives through readings. And the other thing is I get to be really curious and ask a lot of questions.
Yes. Well, and you did your quilt thing there too, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Randy, lately I've been giggling a ton. It's all a show. I think I've some like much like like yawning or anything else. I feel like laughing and stuff like that's just processing energy and like
Oh yeah.
alchemizing energy, if we want to use.
Well, and Linda Day Gonzalez has been talking about that idea of doing like laughter yoga, something like that. You can do
Yes, yeah.
yeah. And I'm like going,
Because it
heck,
actually,
oh yeah.
because I think it helps your blood pressure and like just overall, yeah, your body. It's great for it. Oh,
Hmm.
and Hershey's back. She got a phone call.
Hershey's back.
It is healing hypnicity. Yes, yeah. If you're feeling down, just make yourself laugh or watch something to make yourself laugh because it'll almost instantly, makes your mood better.
Do you
Jonathan says when he
remember?
gets nervous, he gets the giggles.
Well, then it's a notification of nervous energy. But there
Yeah.
was did you ever see the show Coupling? It was a
No, I don't think
BBC
so.
show, and they talk about something called the giggle loop,
Okay.
and look it up. It's
Okay.
funny. So the giggle loop,
Okay.
and they spend time. It's like a feedback loop, but it's a giggle,
Right.
and it's really really hilarious. I'm gonna put that in. It's like
Oh, Jonathan said he loved it. He loved that show. Oh, man, it says my work is looking for work. I gain a great feeling of satisfaction when I choose to work on it, stumbling through Word, which I know nothing about.
oh, congratulations, you're learning it. And by the way, there's a lot of
Yep.
really great, helpful videos in Word as well as on YouTube to help you find and to get comfortable using Word.
Yeah, that's what you were just talking about there. It's all in the
Yep.
chat there for you guys to check out.
Yes.
Man, this is the BBC version of is hysterical.
Yep. Yeah.
Jonathan says he still references the giggle loop when my friends and I give each other the giggles.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. Anyhow, speaking
Uh,
of senses of humor and lifting, and you get caught up in it. So really, really powerful.
So work for me. I think what I love most about my job is the human interaction. So for those of you that have been around for a while, I register cattle for my job, or as Gerald says, cow counting. But it's the phone calls with the breeders and stuff like that I talk to. There might be somebody's like, oh, I need help registering these animals. I don't know where to start. And I'll sit on the phone with them for an hour, making sure I answer every single question they could
Oh, I
possibly
love
ever
that.
have.
Uh-huh.
And it'll be getting letters. Like I just recently got a note. A gentleman sent in work, but he's, in older age where he's like, I'm not comfortable with technology and stuff like that. And he's like, they don't have, like, people aren't like this anymore. Taking the time, making sure that that I got all the information, make sure information didn't get missed. But that's what I love about my job is that part of it. I do go 110% and give it all,
See, and that's the thing. People are still like that when you have an opportunity to connect with them.
Right.
Not all of the time are they available or are they present. So absolutely. So I'm going to gently disagree with him, that farmer,
Yes.
and say they are out there. The problem is there's sometimes, and this is Gerald on his soapbox.
Yeah. I don't think people are given the opportunity or the time anymore to be able to give proper customer service. I think that's part of the problem. In my job, it's not all about making money. It's we know it'll make money in the long run if we give that customer service.
So in other words, your customer service is building relationships with people.
Yes, exactly.
So I like that. I am much more about that. And we were much more about that at the library, building a relationship and a rapport with people.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It was great. I loved it.
Great. Another question. We'll do maybe one or two more and then.
Sure.
Got about 10 minutes left. Oh, for those that just came in, or those that came in late, if you after the show can go to my community tab, there is a poll up there for the November 11th show. I'm going to be cooking in the kitchen with you guys, so please vote on what recipe you want me to make. Please and thank you, as well as liking and subscribing and all that fun stuff.
Can I share that? Can I share that?
Ooh, here's a good one. Well, maybe end with that one.
I can share that post on my.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, but you should be able to find it, I think.
Okay, I'll do that. Sorry, I'm doing that right now. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Well, here's a good one for everybody. What's one piece of advice you received that you still think about?
What's one piece of advice that I was given that I still think about?
Yeah. Like, is there a saying or just something,
Well,
lesson?
I still, I think about this a lot. It was my ninth grade art teacher. I'm not going to name his name, but I was really mad one day, and I've talked about this before. I was really, really mad. And he looked at me, he says, just because you're mad doesn't mean all of us have to be.
And
I went,
that's good.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, there you go. So.
He says, if we get the question right, can we have Gerald's shirt?
Not currently. But
true,
hey,
Andy.
I will say that whilst I've been working on, on exploring this, I have been getting exceptional customer service with the person I've been working with who's created these things.
That's good.
She's been truly, truly amazing.
Hypnicity said you look yourself in the mirror every day.
Yeah. That's true.
One of my favorite sayings lately is one Tannis uses all the time. Actually, it's happening. It's happening for you, not to you.
That's good.
So when I'm
that's an
feeling
attitude adjustment, isn't it?
Right? Yeah. Because when I'm like, okay, I'm feeling sad right now, but I'm like, it's just a feeling. I'm not sad. I'm just feeling sad. It's temporary. It'll,
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's happening for you, or she says it's happening for us, not to us. Yeah. With all those upgrades and all that stuff. But what did Jonathan say? He says, my grandfather's saying, you have one mouth and two ears, so you should listen twice as much as you speak. That saying rattled around my brain every day. I think there's a couple of people that could use that.
Jonathan, I love that, but boy, it's really using those ears to listen, to understand, not to respond. Because if you're planning an argument instead of understanding, that's something that I had to learn.
Hershey said, when you point your finger, remember there are three pointing back at you.
It's a very good point.
Amanda said, there's nothing that serious going on here. Everybody just breathe.
Point. Yeah, well, and that's, there are times when lives do depend on the decisions.
Yes.
Oftentimes I'm not in that situation. So I'm fortunate that I don't have that pressure. So.
And then Amnesty said, my dad told my sisters and I to keep, I'm guessing. My mom said, you don't worry unless they stop looking or start touching.
Oh. Well, okay.
So, on that note, one of the big pieces of advice my mom always gave me is like going into a job interview or something like that, to have like a safety pin or something like that, for us women anyway, on your bra or something, because then that's something they don't know about you. So to help with your confidence.
Oh, I like that.
Because of course your resume, they're going to be asking all these questions, but that's one thing they don't know about you.
Yeah, that's interesting. that's a little bit of the that idea of it's like personal magic that you can do
Yes.
just to help build that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Or those of us that like crystals, for again women, put one in your bra, or guys put it in your pant pocket or something like that. Because again, it's something they don't know.
That's interesting. Okay.
What do you think? One more question, or do you think we have time for a couple of more?
Oh, we have. Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm not
Keep
in a
going.
rush. Keep going. And it'll still give people a chance to do that, to give the video a thumbs up.
Me and my Band-Aid.
Why do you have a Band-Aid?
I ended up helping move stuff with my friend yesterday. I ended up scraping my knuckle, and of course, because it's on the knuckle, it keeps. It's one of those like paper cut kind of thing where it just bleeds like nothing, and because it's on my knuckle where it bends, it just keeps bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm clumsy. What can I say? Ooh, I like that one. Now I'm hungry for pancakes.
Yeah.
Every pancake has two sides.
Yep. And
Well, there you go. I like that thought, Jonathan.
Personal talismans of courage.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
It really is just like, as you said, it's a little bit of personal magic, and I never would have thought about it that way, but really it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, here. What's one great thing that happened today?
What's one great thing that happened today?
Yeah.
Well, one great thing that happened today is Hershey alerted me to something that I missed while I must have been not feeling well, but I still can't find it, so I'm annoyed.
Oh gosh.
So I have to go back and I have to make sure that people are not thinking that I'm a jerk. So, but the other great thing.
Well, that's good that she brought it to your attention.
It's great. It's great. So, I think another great thing that has happened today is, well, you spotted that we were on at 2 today instead of 7. And we get to spend time. So.
That would have been just so bad. Amanda said she likes dressing up even when I'm only walking the dog. And that's a huge step.
I love that, because do you remember back when people I wasn't alive back then, but I've seen photos and you see movies where people would get dressed to go to the store.
Yep.
I love that.
Or just for a walk in the park, a promenade.
Yeah, a promenade. Ooh, I love that word, promenade.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm picturing like the Poppins man in his like little hat with like the suit and the women with their parasols.
When you were walking on the promenade, you'd get your you would experience petrichor.
There you go.
I used it in a sentence.
Oh, Hershey said, I made it through meta messages. It was intense for me. I'm so proud of you.
Good for you.
You did it.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at how Hershey does those meta messages every Monday. Yeah, the amount of energy in those readings is
very intense. Yes.
Randy says the sun is shining. It's cloudy here, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Amanda said, and by dressing up, I mean choosing my outfit with care. I'm pretty casual.
Yeah, I love that, and I always like that idea of is when getting dressed. I think everyone has a sense of style, and it's not just fashion. I think that's a lot of fun for people to figure out and do something small with their style.
Jonathan says, please, people used to get dressed up to go to the movies like they were going to the opera or the theater. Actually, that's one of the times that I still get dressed up when I go see musical theater here in town. I always get dressed up in a dress and put makeup on because it's or I can get a little fancy.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, and what I mean, why wait just for the fancy time to dress in the fancy stuff?
Well,
Use your good china just to have a snack on, to put
I'm
your peanut
actually.
butter and jam sandwich
Oh
on
yes,
fine china.
ooh, there's an idea. In
But yeah.
January, I'm actually thinking of having a party with some friends, like a tea, and but being like everybody needs to dress up because I have stuff I haven't worn in like a couple of years that I just want to like break out of the closet and wear, and we'll just like dress up super fancy for no reason. Well, for a reason, but
Well, and to have a reason to dress up. That's
yes, yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Like I have like a full length skirt, but
So this is that moment Kaylee was telling me would be happening, to where her internet would be going a little wonky. So she's back now because I can see her.
yeah, thanks.
And see, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. I am grateful for when those things happen like that. Now, I mean, back in my 20s, that would have ticked me off. I would have been really upset about something like that. But now I'm just like going, okay, there we go. It is what it
Everybody
is.
breathe.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that it's just one of those things that it's like, I think that's a big change for me. It's like, okay, this is good.
Jonathan
So
said he used to get dressed up until I started living in Hawaii, and now it's a joy when there's an opportunity to put on something other than shorts and flip flops.
mhm.
Perfect, Randy.
Okay,
You
but
do you.
Randy, are you appropriately, I mean, do you have clothes on for where you're going? Because I actually think, Randy, you probably do choose what you're wearing with some
Mm-hmm.
care, because you like it and you don't care what anybody else says.
I
And
read
I'm going to
Amanda's
fully support that.
comment, and I'm just going to leave it there for a second. Because my brain took that to the extreme. Ooh, yes, Hershey. Yeah, you and your cruise. I can't wait to hear how it
Yes.
goes.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and Randy wears tie-dye.
Oh, awesome. I missed the tie-dye.
And I would imagine you've picked out all of that tie-dye for a specific reason. I call the dye happy shirts.
There you go.
Ooh, you call tie-dye happy shirts. I love that. Well, and if it makes you happy and it radiates, I think that's so fun.
Gerald, I think you need to get a tie-dye shirt for your merch shop.
Oh, I don't know if that's a possibility. I'm exploring ideas, and the person who's doing the creation of this has been having a little bit of fun, and it's been so exciting to see, and I really, really appreciate them. I think tie-dye might have to be something that is done, that's hand done.
Yeah, makes sense. So we're at the hour mark, or just past the hour mark. So I'm going to do our last question, and then we'll let people get on with their day. So it says, list some positive affirmations that would help you be more grateful.
Ooh, positive affirmations to help me be more grateful.
Yeah. You want me to go first? Why you think?
Well, yes, because have you already planned this one and you had them written down?
No, it's just something I
Okay,
do fairly regularly, so it's at the top of my mind.
please do. Yeah.
Um, Again, another wonderful teaching by Tanis. I actually used to have it written on my bathroom mirror. I need to rewrite it on there. But it's one I do when I'm feeling panicked or have anxiety flare up or anything like that. And it's, I'm safe, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm love, I'm me. And then you just repeat that over and over. So I use that one fairly regularly just to remind myself, like, you know, and there's other things I'll add in sometimes. Like if I'm feeling particularly lonely, I'll be like, I'm loved. I am love is another one I'll add in. So I am love and I am loved. So that's a big one. Or I am not alone. So just adding in those little pieces as you need them. But the standard one is I am safe, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm love, I'm me. Those are the kind of.
That's really fascinating. I like that.
Oh, here we go. These ones are. Hershey says, keep hope alive, knowledge is power, replay the happiness. I like that one.
Oh, I like that idea of replaying the happiness. That's fun.
I like that too, Hypnicity. As crazy as things are, I have so much to be grateful for. And that's the big thing. And that's why I wanted to do the chat today. It's just, take that hour out of the day and just, be reminded of, how much we have to be grateful for. I think was it Amanda earlier that said the little things?
Mm-hmm.
Because all those little things add up to one big thing. Because again, can't remember if I heard it or read it somewhere, but like one person's energy can affect that of, I think, 2,500 or 25,000 other people.
Wow. Okay. Hershey's got another one there.
That one? Yeah.
Pause the moment, stop the pain.
And I would say in key with that, ask for help. It's stronger to ask for help than.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a lot, but it's, you're almost stronger asking for help than the other way around.
Well, and I think, yeah. And I think it's an interesting thing to remember that when we have, it's the stronger people that ask for help. It's also the stronger people who offer help.
Yes.
Because they know what it's been like.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's a really powerful thing. I'm trying to think of affirmations for myself. It's usually
or she says she has sigils she's created with those positive affirmations. That's a smart idea.
And yes, and are they going to be upcoming in your deck?
Yeah, please. I would love that.
So, but yeah, I have I'm doing a great show next next Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, with Betsy, Zane, and Jamie, which relates to something that you're talking about. I think one of the things that I do is I try, one of the affirmations that I try to do to be grateful is to say yes to. I try, it's just like going. I try to think of like maybe a small thing and say yes to it. So say yes to the small things.
Hershey said, yes, Gerald, they are part of my Altar Oracle deck.
Nice.
Excellent. Oh, and so speaking of YouTube shows, what else do you have coming up this week, Gerald?
I am on with Twillo Talk Live at the top of next hour at 5 p.m. Sorry.
Yeah. So 2 hours.
A little bit of a break. And then I am part of the Mystic Four. Like and subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to see that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You always have so much going on.
I do have a lot of stuff going on, and it's great. And what's wonderful is I'm having an opportunity to have conversations that are meaningful and to explore different topics.
I love that.
So yeah, on Tuesday I'm doing a laugh and learn about receiving with Hershey and Medium Betsy Palmer. I have a live with Eric who created the Ink Witch and the Endless Oracle, and the artist for this.
Ooh, I love that looks nice. I'll have to tune into that one.
Yes, I'm excited to be able to talk to him. I have readings with Mark, Spirit Whisperer, and then Channel Rama with Terry and Medium Betsy Palmer.
Mm.
And then Moon Alchemy on Wednesday evening. So I'm doing a lot of readings this week. But I'm also having that opportunity to just connect in. So
Right.
it's really powerful.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yes. So, and I did share on your channel from your community tab on
perfect. Thank
my
you.
community tab to help you out. And when is
I
that
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, when's that coming up?
So next show is on the 28th. So there'll be a show in between the polls show and this one. And that one was on sacred geometry. It's now going to be on crystals, but that's only because the sacred geometry one will likely be in the new year, and I'm actually going to have a special guest on to talk about that. And then, so the one that we're doing the poll for is going to be on November 11th. So the plan for that day I'll be taking you guys into my kitchen. We'll be doing some cooking. You guys can ask me any questions you might have about me or my spiritual journey, anything like that. We'll just chat. Maybe I've got some new, some new Oracle card decks. So I might bring those out and do some readings for people while stuff's cooking. But yeah, it'll just be kind of more of just a casual kind of hangout. And then the show after that, I think, is around November 28th or something. 23rd, 28th. I have JJ from Tuta Speaks that's going to be on as a guest. So that'll be so exciting. I'm
and
looking
I need to
forward
get
to that
JJ
one.
and Karen back for some light language. So that'll be
fun.
So
those are all scheduled. And then you'll see I actually have everything scheduled up to the end of December.
Yeah,
you have
I mean, yeah, we have Yule, but then you also have did you already mention you've got Vedic astrology with Michelle Marie?
Michelle Marie's coming on. Yeah, that first show in December. Yeah.
I mean,
all my friends are coming on.
It's like great. It's like, see, this is fun, and one of the great things is you can watch the playback, and you never know when somebody's going to find the information that you've shared. So I love that.
Oh, Randy said, I love when you two get together in a non-reading venue. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
I don't know, Gerald, you and I don't think have ever read cards together, have we?
We've not read together, and we need to. We will eventually, probably in the new year, do something with the this Lenormand deck. I don't know if the dog Lenormand, something like that.
Might have heard of it.
You've heard of it. So, but yeah.
Welcome, Amanda. It was great. Lovely having you guys here in the chat today.
And if people
she said she loves you too.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. If people want readings from me, send me an email. I am actually what I'm doing is I'm doing donations for readings through the end of the year.
And he does amazing readings.
Well, thank you. So yeah, and I like doing readings, and so I have suggested donations. However, that's suggested. If that's not something you can do, we'll still do a full reading. Because it's great.
I was gonna say, talk to Gerald. He's very flexible. But we figured out other exchanges and stuff to do as well. So yeah, if you reach out. That's the biggest thing I can say. Reach out. His readings are amazing. I go back and rewatch them all the time.
Oh, that's cool. So. That's cool. Great.
And Amanda says the channel name. So it's going to be on Woo Woo Wonderment. So it'll be on this channel. So just subscribe, like, follow, and it'll be on the 11th of November is that show. So basically in a month from now, give or take.
Here, let me do this. I just answered the question.
Perfect. Thanks.
So I just answered the tab.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, I think, the direct video link to that show. So you can put the notification on there. Yeah.
Yep. So
well, thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you.
And hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you back again next time on the 28th of October, right before Halloween.
Yay.
Right. So bye everybody. See you
Bye.
later.